Under the big black bridge where it read Pep's Steakhouse. Under a swollen summer's moon where it said God's Takeout. Is where you stole my virginity. Where the price of a dance was a Newport Light and some small talk of Ozzy Osbourne's new album. Where we were all going after rails on a crazy train. By the train tracks, iron horses in the distance, with a warm Michelob in one hand and an I know everything grin about my face, yet she took something far more dear from me than my friends and family would ever let me imagine. I should have taken God's moonlit advice in the back of her mom's Chevy Celebrity, where we're all shining stars this night, dancing on a magical stage of infinity, with sweaty feathered hair and hormones harmonically singing at the top of their lungs at 15. When girls were much bigger than boys. She held and kissed me so indiscreetly, with such force that my wrists were swollen and bruised for over a week. Yet we were taught to be men at the tender age of 10, never awkward. For a boy's feelings lived quietly alone in his shack back in the middle of the Adirondacks, where most of the other boys would have awarded me a gold medal the very next morning, running to her house, banging on her window, shouting at her to wake up, for we need to go get an abortion immediately. As she just laughed at me. Now walking back to my house, trying to convince myself that, dude, you were not just sexually assaulted. This only happens to girls or a wife tortured, distraught, missed, or maltreated by some sick, twisted man. I've got to get somewhere to bury this like now. So I shut up and took it like a man. When she told me in the hallway that no one would ever believe me anyway. Glaring back at her with seventh circle fury, my insides were screaming at me to slit her throat thoroughly. But why? Why become vengeance, David? Become wrath. Yet who's to judge or to punish such apathetic youth? How could I not praise the train wreck that was bringing these flowers to my grave site? Like a once colorful black bridge, hiding its love to keep the scars of father's hate above her left eyebrow, burning the night's captured fireflies, freshly shook in their breathless glass jar, where I could still hear them scream. As I smile back at her to this very day, saying, I may owe this world one apologetic penance, yet you will owe it two life sentences of a hellish backlash repentance, the certainty at being God's very own voodoo doll, and bearing the undeniable dishonor with all loveless powers, at never ever conquering the boy you could never truly deflower. Goodbye to romance, baby. Goodbye to friends. Goodbye to all. Goodbye to romance, baby. Goodbye to friends. Goodbye to all.